Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jules, and I'm here to tell you what I plan on reading in the month of December. Cue all the Christmas books. So as always, the first thing I like to start with is what readathons I'm going to be doing. I only have one readathon I'm doing in December, and that is for Jess's Patreon, and it is Jess's Merry and Bright readathon. It is just going to be a quick weekend readathon, and it is December 6th through December 7th. There's really only 2 prompts for this readathon since it is a short readathon. I'm not going to tell you what the prompts are. You got to join her Patreon if you want to be part of this readathon. One of the books I'm going to read is 10 Things I Hate About Mistletoe by Cody Hall. Is that not adorable? So far, no man in Mistletoe, Idaho has measured up to the literary heroes of Delilah Gill's favorite books. Anthony Russo is no exception. She's not sure why the steamy smooch they once shared suddenly turned frosty, and she's tried to keep her distance ever since. But she's had enough of being single, and she decides it's the perfect time to put herself out there. Anthony isn't interested in playing games, and he doesn't like being used, especially not to make his own best friend jealous. Still, a bruised ego doesn't stop him from imagining kissing Delilah again when she shows up to the local watering hole looking like $1,000,000 and the other single men in town start to notice her considerable charms. So this says a misunderstanding sparks an enemies to lovers romance between an outdoorsman and an aspiring writer. The second book I'm going to pick up for this readathon is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. This is book 2 in a cozy mystery series. It is the Christmas Tree Farm mystery. So basically this whole series is just about this Christmas tree farm. I really enjoyed the first book. Holly's parents own this Christmas tree farm, and her best friend Caroline finds a body in her dumpster behind her cupcake shop, and the weapon is obviously one of her butcher knives. So it says Holly is up to her jingle bells and holiday shenanigans, juggling extra shifts at her family's Christmas tree farm, and making enough gingerbread jewelry to satisfy the crowd is already more than she can handle. Add in a budding relationship with the sheriff, and Holly's ready to fly south until springtime, but her mittens come off when Caroline is taken into custody. Can Holly wrap up the case in time for Christmas? Next up is the book club picks that I would like to get to. Gabby's book troop is reading Kill for Me, Kill for You by Steve Kavanaugh. 2 strangers meet by chance over drinks. Amanda and Wendy realize they have much in common, especially loneliness and the intense desire to revenge against the men who destroyed their families. As they talk into the night, they come up with the perfect plan. If you kill for me, I'll kill for you. That's all I'm going to tell you about that. And then for Jess's Sleep When I'm Dead book club, we are reading The Gift by Frida McFadden. This is just a really short novella. I actually did already read this last year, and I only gave it 3 stars. So I'm interested to reread it this year and see if my star rating changes on it, or if it's still just a 3-star. For Gwen's Patreon this month, we are reading a Christmas romance. So we are going to be reading The Christmas You Found Me by Sarah Morgenthaler. Sienna's family has taken care of their wild Idaho land for generations, and Sienna can't imagine any other life. But at Christmas time, with her painful marriage finally over, it's full of memories and incredible lonely. Until a tall, handsome stranger and a little girl walk into her life, and suddenly the holidays are alive again. So basically, single dad comes with his daughter. The daughter needs a transplant, and he's willing to do anything to save her, including a fake marriage. So this sounds interesting. And also for Gwen's Patreon, we are continuing to read our Jennifer Lynn Barnes Inheritance series. So in December, we are going to be reading Games Untold. This is actually a series of collections. So it's not really part of the first trilogy or the next trilogy that's coming up, but I still feel like you probably need to have read them to know like who these characters are and to kind of get those backstories. But can we just take a minute to admire? Look at that, those end pages. And also, some of the artwork that is in here. I have to show you this one. Is that not so cute? There's different, before each of the different stories, there's a different, like, picture in it. Anyway, so I am very excited to get to this one. Speaking of Gwen, I am going to be picking up one of her favorite books, and that is The Giver by Lois Lowry. She has been talking about this. She has a multiple copies of this book. So this is the first in a quartet. And it says, life in the community where Jonas lives is idyllic. Designated birth mothers produce new children. who are assigned to appropriate family units, one male, one female to each. Citizens are assigned their partners and their jobs. No one thinks to ask questions. Everybody obeys. The community is a precisely choreographed world without conflict, inequality, divorce, unemployment, injustice, or choice. Everyone is the same except Jonas. At the ceremony of 12, the community's 12-year-olds eagerly accept their predetermined life assignments. But Jonas is chosen for something special. He begins instruction in his life's work with a mysterious old man known only as the Giver. Gradually, Jonas learns that power lies in feelings. But when his own power is put to the test, when he must try to save someone he loves, he may not be ready. Is it too soon or too late? So this is only 225 pages, so it should be a quick read, and I am excited to see what I think about it. Now, a few other winter Christmas cozies that I'd like to get to. I don't have physical books of any of these. These are all just going to be on audio, so there may be more that I read, but these are just the ones that are on my radar. I'd like to read We Wish You a Murderous Christmas by Vicki Delaney. This is book 2 in the year-round Christmas mystery. So all of the books in this series are Christmas related. It's Christmas time 365 days a year in Rudolph, New York, and as Christmas Day approaches, shop owner Mary Wilkinson is enjoying a rare evening off at the Yuletide Inn when she runs into owners Grace and Jack Olson. With Jack's health failing, Mary is relieved to hear that his son Gord will be taking over the day-to-day running of the inn. But then Gord reveals that his new plans have no room for Christmas at the inn, and Mary and the other shopkeepers start to fret about the effect a bland franchise hotel could have on their livelihoods. When Gord is found stabbed to death, there's an entire town of potential suspects, and it's up to Mary to find whoever brought homicide home for the holidays. The next one is Snow Place for Murder by Diane Kelly. This is book 3 in the Mountain Lodge mystery. I have already read book 1, I loved it, and I'm getting ready to read book 2 here in a couple days. So I wanted this one on my radar because I know I'm going to love it. The weather at Mountaintop Lodge is truly frightful. International resort developer Nigel Goodwin has traveled all the way from London, England to Misty Murphy's little corner of North Carolina and bought out the Mountaintop Lodge for the week prior to Christmas. Their intention? To pitch an exclusive new resort concept to wealthy American investors. But locals are at odds over the idea, and when a group comes to the lodge to express their worries to Mr. Goodwin and the potential investors, a blizzard hits Beech Mountain. Like the weather outside, things quickly get frosty, and Misty has to call local police to intervene. Misty's boys have finished their exams and are home from college for the winter break, planning to spend most of their time snowboarding at the ski resort. While taking a few runs down Rocky's sledding hill, they discover a funny-looking nose-shaped rock, only it's not a rock. It's the frozen nose of Nigel Goodwin, who's found dead and buried under the mound of snow. Who put the developer on ice and why? This next one, it's not a cozy, but it is a mystery, but it's also a romance. It's like a mystery romance. And this is probably on a lot of people's TBR this Christmas. It's The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter. So this is a Knives Out gets a holiday rom-com twist in this rivals to lovers romance mystery. So it says, the bridge is out, the phones are down, and the most famous mystery writer in the world just disappeared out of a locked room 3 days before Christmas. Meet Maggie Chase and Ethan Wyatt. She's the new queen of the cozy mystery. He's Mr. Big Time Thriller guy. She hates his guts. He thinks her name is Marcy, no matter how many times she's told him otherwise. But when they both accept a cryptic invitation to attend a Christmas house party at the English state of a reclusive fan, neither is expecting their host to be the most powerful author in the world. That's all I'm going to say. It's a really long synopsis, but basically you get the gist of it. I have had some friends that have already read this and have really liked it, so I'm very excited to get to this one. If you are interested in this, this is a book of the month pick if you have book of the month. So I did add this to my box, and it should be here in a few days. And that leads me into the rom-coms that I would like to get to. So there are a bunch of short story Christmas rom-coms that I would like to get to. So there is a whole Under the Mistletoe collection on Kindle Unlimited. So we have 5 books. We have Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood, Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey, All by My Elf by Olivia Dade, Merriment and Mayhem by Alexandra Bellfleur, and Only Santa's in the Building by Alexis Daria, not sure you say that. But since I also have an Audible subscription, it is available for free through that, so I will be listening to all of these. And then the next collection that I want to get to is the Christmas Kisses and Cookie Crumbs series. There are 12 books in this. This is also on Kindle Unlimited. The way they are releasing these though is every 2 days, kind of like an advent calendar, if you will. And it sounds like it's going to be a fabulous time. So here's a graphic of all the books. I'm going to go through them. So the first book will be released on November 29th, and it's every couple of days, and then it's going to end on December 21st. So I'm very excited about this. I love, love, love advent calendars. So this is just like so fun. Just like get that little bit of Christmas rom-com cheer like all month long. So the first one is Christmas Tree Connection by Elle Rush. It comes out November 29th. Book 2 is Holiday Lights and Cocoa Cookie Nights by Meg Easton. It comes out December 1st. Book 3 is Saint Nick and Me Are Meant to Be by Tammy Deeren. It comes out December 3rd. Book 4 is Madeline's Mistletoe Meet Cute by Ellie Hall. Comes out December 5th. Book 5 is Tying the Knot with Her Sweet Scrooge by Jenny Sterling. Comes out December 7th. Book 6 is Molasses and Mr. Christmas by Lindsay Jesenowski. I don't know if that's how you say that. Comes out December 9th. Book 7, Pistachio Craze for the Holidays by Kimberly Cray. Comes out December 11th. Book 8, Baking Spirits Bright by Casey Lane. Comes out December 13th. Book 9 is 'Tis the Gingerbread Season by Monique Brescher. Comes out December 15th. Book 10 is Second Chance Christmas Cracker Crush by Jessie Gussman. Comes out December 17th. Book 11 is The Cowboys Chocolate Covered Christmas by Danae Little. Comes out December 19th. And book 12 is The White Chocolate Christmas Wish by Jess Mastorakos. I don't know how you say that. Comes out December 21st. So again, I am very excited to get to these, and I'm hoping they're pretty short. Novellas usually are, but like hopefully they're less than 100 pages. Because I got a bunch of other books I want to read too, so they can't be that long, right? And I don't know that these are going to have audio available, because like when I click on it on Amazon, the only option is Kindle Unlimited or the paperback. So they may not have the audio for these. So I already mentioned a couple other Christmas romances that I'm going to do, but I want to get to The Christmas Crush by Noelle Douglas. Is that not the cutest? So this is basically a small town baker and a career woman working for a cookie conglomerate get all mixed up in this Christmas rom-com perfect for fans of Tessa Bailey and Maggie Knox. Baking, cookies, romance, Christmas. It's perfect. Another one on my radar is Snowed In for Christmas by Jacqueline Snow. And it says, sorority mom Becca is used to guys not taking her seriously. She's too blonde, too quirky, or just too much. So she ditched dating to focus on her job and a house filled with drama and plenty of tea. Now with the holidays and a major blizzard on her doorstep, Becca has everything she needs to survive the next 2 weeks on her own. Hot cocoa, plenty of books, and the memory of a steamy kiss with a certain sexy Grumposaurus next door neighbor to keep her warm. Only Becca seriously underestimated this snowpocalypse. So when the power goes out and Harrison Cooper, football coach, master crank, and the guy who acted mega awkward after said steamy kiss, offers her shelter, it only makes sense to accept. They'll just be blizzard buddies. Hang out, stay safe, and maybe indulge in a little R-rated cuddling. Sounds cute. Another one I'm interested in is A Very Irish Christmas by Debbie Johnson. Of course, it's going to make me get all those Irish vibes that I'm already missing from my trip to Ireland. And I promise you folks, there is an Ireland vlog coming. I have just had so much on my plate the last 2 weeks that I was just in a downhill spiral between the jet lag and not sleeping. There's some things going on with my mother. For those of you that do not know, my mother has Alzheimer's and she lives with me. And it has just taken a lot out of me. We've evolved to a new chapter, if you will, and that is taking a toll on me right now. So I am trying to figure all the ins and outs of that, and yeah, I just have not had the time to get it together, but I promise you, it is in the works. You guys will be able to see the lovely Ireland trip that I went on. Okay, back to the book. So it says 1 part American sugar, 2 parts Irish spice. Cassie O'Hare is about to discover the recipe for the sweetest Christmas when New York-born Cassie decides to use the money her sassy Irish Nana Nora left in her will to book a month-long stay in a quaint country village. She's expecting a cozy cottage, steak and ale pie, and plenty of Christmas cheer. Instead, she gets a drowsy disaster covered in dust, a temperamental stray dog, and two devastatingly handsome men vying for her attention. That's all I need to know. I'm not going to tell the rest. She's going to Ireland. She's going to be in a cottage. It may not be cozy, but she's got a couple Irishmen after her. I'm excited to see how this goes. That is enough of the cozy and the rom-com-y Christmassy stuff. We know I cannot go a month without reading some thrillers or horror. So I did pick up a few. These are actually novellas, so these should be pretty quick reads. So I would like to read Christmas Eve on Haunted Hill. This one says, 10 years ago on Christmas Eve, Silas donned a Santa suit and took an axe to 15 members of his extended family. Luke, his youngest son, was the sole survivor of the infamous family massacre. Now, after a decade away, a despondent and suicidal Luke has come home to face his past and battle the evil that still resides in the old family home on Haunted Hill. Look at that cover. I also got Candy Cane Kills by Brian McCauley. This is part of the Killer VHS series. Look at this cover. This is so fun. This says, when Austin's parents drag him and his little sister Fiona to a remote cottage for Christmas, he's less than thrilled about the forced bonding exercise. But after learning that their holiday getaway was the site of a horrific crime, this family on the rocks will have to fight for their lives against a legendary killer, because Candy Cane is slashing through the snow with a very long naughty list. And then I picked up a short stories. This is Season's Creepings by Ronald Kelly. This is Tales of Holiday Horror. In this collection of harrowing holiday tales, Ronald Kelly leaves 10 frightful and horrific gifts in the Christmas stockings that hang from the mantle of your cheerful fireplace. Ghastly and gruesome presents that slowly unwrap and burst into life while you are tucked snug and warm in your bed and take on nightmarish form in the icy winter hours of Christmas Eve, turning comfort and joy into terror and dread. This should be a pretty quick read. There's only 115 pages in this, so the stories are going to be pretty quick. So this might also be something that I just read, like, you know, a short story a day for, like, 10 days. Another one I'd like to get to is The Christmas Bell by L.A. Detweiler. This one says, some Christmas ornaments should be left in the attic. When Cadence heads home for the holidays to visit her mother and ailing grandmother, she's expecting a peaceful, dull Christmas. She has no idea, though, that a single Christmas ornament is about to send her into a whirling chasm of evil. It starts with a Christmas bell, scratched and worn in one of Grandma Ann's boxes in the attic. Once they put it on the tree, Grandma Ann starts to say terrifying things and act strangely. Candace and her mother assume it's her dementia talking, until they start to have dangerous encounters with a fiendish being. As the secrets of Anne's past, involving her twin sister, rise to the surface, the women face sinister horrors from a dark force looking for revenge. Will any of them be able to survive, or will they fall prey to the malevolent secret Grandma Ann is harboring from her past? This one might run a little close to home. Only the whole, because it talks about her dementia. They're assuming it's her dementia talking. Because if I'm being honest, my mother is doing some very strange things right now. And very creepy things right now. So this book might be too close to home. We'll see. I still want to try it, but we'll see. And then I would also like to read You Better Watch Out. 48 hours until Christmas, Jessica wakes up with blurred vision, ears ringing, and an excruciating pain. A gash in her head and blood running down her face, the last thing she remembers is going for a run and something or someone hitting her in the head. It doesn't take her long to realize she is trapped in an unknown, deserted town with 5 other strangers who share similar stories of being attacked and stranded there. Unsure why and how they got there, she knows one thing for certain: she has to find a way out. That becomes nearly impossible when someone is meticulously orchestrating their deaths, one by one, and the only thing Jessica can do is watch the life leave their eyes. The fenced-in town is the killer's very own playground, and there's nowhere left to hide. She better watch out, because she could be next. And then the last thriller that I want to get to, this is a advent calendar book. It's called 25 Days by Per Jacobson. I'm assuming it's Per, it's P-E-R. Per, like maybe short for Perry? I don't know. But it says 25 days, 25 chapters. This December, the countdown to Christmas will chill you to the bone. Hoping to bring his family closer together, Adam Gray arranges a vacation in a remote cabin on a snowy mountain. Things take a dark turn, however, when someone starts leaving gifts in the Christmas stocking mounted on the barn door. Each morning brings something new, and with every passing day, the contents become more terrifying. Soon, the family makes a spine-chilling discovery that they've been dragged into a deranged game of Secret Santa, and if they want to survive, they will have to fight. So basically this book, so this is on Kindle Unlimited. It's also in paperback, but I'm doing it on Kindle Unlimited. So every day for 25 days of the month of December, you read a chapter. So I am very excited for this. And I am going to be buddy reading this with my friend Brandon. And I'm just hoping for a really good time. So we can we're on Marco Polo with each other. So we're going to read a chapter and then kind of talk about it every day. So just kind of something fun. I think maybe a couple of my other friends are going to be reading this too. So it's bound to be a good time. So that is it on the book front of everything I want to read. We all know I'm probably not going to read all these books, but who would I be if I didn't have an outlandish TBR, right? Right. Speaking of advent calendars, like I said, I love advent calendars. If it's anything I can open as a little surprise every day, it doesn't matter what it is. Like those little chocolate ones, I love those. I didn't get one this year, but I love those. Anything, they're just so fun. Opening something every day is a little surprise, just such a good time. So I bought myself a puzzle advent calendar. Isn't that the cutest? It is so cute. It's got castles back here at the top. A Santa bus. Santa's on top of the bus. It's just so cute. So this one creates a whole scene. So inside here, there's a little box or bag, I'm not sure because I haven't opened it yet, that has each day. So every day for 25 days, you work a puzzle and then it makes this whole big puzzle. And then after I am done with it, I am probably going to glue it and frame it and use it as a Christmas holiday decor piece. That is it, you guys. That is my ambitious month of December. But I'm very excited for it. There are so many good books out. I cannot tell you how many rom-coms that I actually have on my list that I want to read, but I'm not a rom-com reader, so that's why I had to throw in thrillers, because I feel like I would get burnt out. You know, I don't want to get burnt out. So we're going to mix it all up. Let me know, what are you most excited to read in the month of December? And until my next video, friends, be yourself, be awesome, be kind.